Mom has a theory about meteor-borne microbes that she's trying to piece together by visiting as many planets as possible. I have a hard time imagining that all of the science wasn't sorted out by some species or other a long time ago, but I guess you never know. So you went to visit your parents between leaving Middle Station and finally arriving here? I have to admit that I never knew EarthCent would grant unpaid educational leave before the president told me you were taking several months of it. I guess joining your parents and studying alien plants would qualify. No, I used my vacation time to visit them. The educational leave was for a study of casino gambling I've been working on since before I joined EarthCent. It's not a degree program or anything, but I was talking about it with Jeeves, and he thinks the Strix might grant me some sort of certification through their open university. He also helped me publish my draft findings for alien gambling journalists, and I'm already getting some really good feedback from the Verlocs and the Tharks. Is there really anything left to learn about casino games? Kelly wasn't a fan of gambling, and though she'd finally gotten used to Joe hosting poker games and taking the children to the occasional horse race at the off-world betting parlor, she drew the line at casinos. I thought the people who owned the casinos had the games all worked out to the last decimal place. There aren't many casinos left running house games like the roulette or blackjack you see in old Earth movies, the junior consul explained. Well, I take that back. Most casinos still have a version of the slots, basically lottery machines, though every once in a while somebody figures out how to break the latest technology and the manufacturers have to reinvent them from scratch. Between mind control and telekinesis, not to mention out-and-out magic, it's too tough to keep up with the cheaters. Most casinos today just provide bonded dealers in a safe environment for gamblers to play each other. How does that eliminate cheating? Kelly inquired. It doesn't, Daniel said. It ensures that the casino makes a steady profit on the table rake and the drinks. Whether or not there's cheating going on is up to the players to figure out. That's where casino security comes in, to keep the gamblers from killing each other. Well, I guess if the Strix recognize your work as educational. Kelly was dubious about the whole thing, but she wanted to give her new assistant the benefit of the doubt. I study how gamblers change their play depending on who else is at the table, Daniel explained. I lasted almost 3 months this time with a starting stake of less than 1,000 creds. I'd make a good living playing cards if I could figure out a foolproof way to spot the ringers. The professionals pretending to be amateurs? More like the species pretending to be other species, Daniel replied. I busted out on the last run to an artificial Dalnik who could count into more decks than me. The time before that, it was an old Vergalian woman passing as human. She and my money were 2 hours gone when the pheromones wore off, and I realized she wasn't just making a suggestion when she told me to bet the pot. I never really thought about how unscrupulous aliens might be able to take advantage of each other at gambling, Kelly admitted. Listen, Daniel said, satisfied that he had successfully defended his hobby in returning to the prior subject. If the Home Office won't reverse their decision about maternity leave, you should just go on vacation and not tell them. Anything I can't handle, I can always take to Instasitter. You mean EarthCent Intelligence, Kelly corrected him. They should change the display in the corridor if they want me to call it that. The junior consul shot her one of his patented boyish grins. Besides, every time I go there I get mobbed by 3-year-olds. My 2 godchildren do not constitute a mob, Libby interjected over the office speakers. Nor can their actions in welcoming you in any way be construed as mobbing. That's my cue. The junior consul got up, brushed the wrinkles out of his suit pants, and headed for the door. See you all on Monday. Bye, Kelly called after him. Daniel Cohan was such a complete change from Aisha that she sometimes forgot that he worked for her and not the other way around. A young-looking 32, he never seemed to lack confidence in what he was doing, and unlike Kelly, he had no problem with forgetting about work the moment he walked out the embassy door. Maybe that would change someday if he became an ambassador, but she wouldn't bet on it, and not just because she disapproved of gambling. I'm sorry to hear you've been impacted by the retroactive changes to EarthCent's vacation policy, the station librarian told Kelly once they were alone. We've been trying to shift some of the EarthCent personnel decisions to humans, and part of that process involves not looking over their shoulders. Well, I wish you'd go back to the old system then, Kelly said. I'd head for Earth myself and give whoever created that policy a piece of my mind, but it appears I can't afford the time off. What about Daniel's suggestion? Take a vacation and don't tell anybody. I don't want to set a bad example for my children or Daniel, for that matter. Besides, as much as I hate to admit it, we were having a hard time coming up with somewhere we really